Hello, hello, hello. So today I'm going to talk about the third step that I mentioned in my first blog about dealing with nerves, and that is connecting and loving yourself. And this is probably the step that most A-type personalities, people who work really hard and drive themselves really hard, this is a step that they find hardest. So far I've covered loving your material, which means connecting with your material as well, because you can't love something you're not connected with. The second step is loving your audience, seeing the humanity in your audience, and that enables you to connect with your audience. And both of those steps reduce your nerves. But the thing that reduces your nerves the most is the third step. And although it's number 3, I find it the most important step. And that is how we perceive ourselves, how we look at ourselves, and what our opinion is of ourselves and how we treat ourselves. So one of the best ways of doing this is, I found, using mindfulness. So the first thing is to connect with what's going on with us. It's like that age-old joke where, can you tell me the directions to so-and-so? And the reply comes back, well, if I were you, I wouldn't be starting from here. The trouble is, we are starting from here. So it's important to know where here is. How are you feeling? Instead of pretending you're not feeling that way, or thinking by ignoring you're feeling that way, you'll feel better, ask yourself how you're feeling and connect with it. Check in with it. How are you feeling physically? How are you feeling intellectually, mentally? And how are you feeling emotionally? Because if you can assess where you are, then you will automatically start, your subconscious will automatically start to address those issues. It can start to help you calm down. It can release the hormones that will calm you down. It will, if you think about what you're thinking, it will start to issue solutions to some of the problems you may be throwing up with your thought processes. So that's the first thing. Connect with yourself. Where are you at? A lovely Alexander Technique lady talks about ABC. No, not ABC. That's a different thing. Talks about BBC, but not as in the letters BBC, but that's the way to remember it. As in breath, balance, and C, as in SWE, what you are observing. I would add to that what you're thinking as well, because we have the capacity to step back from what we're thinking and look at what we're thinking. And by doing that, we know where we are and what we've got to deal with. Then the next step I always say to people is to start treating yourself as a wise friend would be. Because the temptation is to feel like a child, and then often as not, we start treating ourselves like a parent might. And that can be an over-anxious parent. Oh, well, you better just not do it. Let's just not go there. I'll keep you safe, and don't put yourself out there. It's too scary. Or a critical parent, well, just pull your socks up and get on with it. And these tend to push us further into child. These tend to make us more nervous rather than less nervous. But if you think about how a wise friend might treat you, they would help you address what's going on. They wouldn't say you're amazing, you're brilliant, if they didn't mean it. It wouldn't boost you up unnecessarily, because that wouldn't necessarily be wise. But they wouldn't run you down either. They wouldn't say, well, you're an idiot. What the hell are you doing? Why haven't you practiced more? Why haven't you done this? They would talk to you sensibly and logically. They would start with where you are. And hi, Julie. And they would talk to you as if you're a grown-up. And when you talk to yourself as if you're a grown-up, funnily enough, you respond as if you're a grown-up. So that idea of connecting, finding out where you are, and then talking to yourself as a wise friend would, as a grown-up would, is a much calmer way of dealing with what's going on for you. And this can also lead to the holy grail, as far as I'm concerned, and that's loving yourself. But again, not loving yourself as a nervous parent, anxious parent might. It's loving yourself as a wise friend would, as a grown-up would, in that calm sense. Because I've done another blog, and I'll actually put it up associated with this post, about the difference between confidence and arrogance. Because often we talk about loving yourself. Oh, well, they really love themselves, in that negative sense. Look at them, aren't they so arrogant? And we go, well, I don't want to love myself because I don't want to look like that. I don't want to put myself out and look a fool, not realizing that actually I'm no good. But there is a huge difference between confidence and arrogance, and loving yourself as a wise friend would, and loving yourself in that arrogant sense, which is more of a defense mechanism. And I go into more detail in this other blog about the difference between arrogance and confidence. It's really loving yourself in that nurturing way and going, yeah, I can do this. This is, I'm okay. You're not boosting yourself and you're not running yourself down. You are loving yourself in that nurturing way of a wise friend. I'm here to support you. I'm here to give you what you need to do the best you can do. And going out and feeling you're okay. And one of the things you can ask yourself is, if you really loved yourself, if you really liked yourself, not in that arrogant sense, but in that grounded sense, what would happen to your performance? If you went out truly believing that you were worthy, lovable, and good enough, what would happen to your performance? Where would it go? What would it feel like? What would you feel like? And how would that be different? And the real holy grail is to get to that point where you believe you're okay. You believe you're good enough to be out there in the world, putting your message out there, singing your song, entertaining people, engaging people, moving people, and that you really do deserve to be heard. And when you can get to that point, when you can connect with yourself and love yourself and treat you as a wise, kind friend, then you'll find your nerves naturally calm, because you're less worried about judgment. Because what matters is how you feel about yourself. And if somebody else feels differently, most of the time that's their stuff, not your stuff going on. And you can be okay with yourself. So that's my third step. So the 3 steps, just to cover them again, are: firstly, love your material. Love what you are putting out there. And if you don't, either change it or find a way to love it. It's like loving another person in many senses. It's looking at it and finding what you can find interesting, finding what you can love about it, because it's the point at which you love your material, that you really connect with it, and then you can put it out there in the world in a way that people will want to hear it. Secondly, love your audience. See the humanity in your audience. Like your material, see them as whole human beings that come with a mixture of emotions and agendas and reasons to be there. They come there with their stuff, meeting you with your stuff. And when you can love them and their humanity, you will find it so much easier to connect with them. And thirdly, connect with yourself. And this is the other way around. The others, it's love them, and then you'll find yourself connecting. Somehow I find it easier to connect with myself and then to love myself. And when you get to that stage, when you love your material, you love your audience, and you feel worthy to be out there, and you love and support yourself, then you'll find that the nerves just fade, because you no longer fear that judgment. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for listening. If you've got any questions, just put them in the below the post, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a wonderful day. Take care.